The amount of time on the clock should affect how we play the game. So I remember the first time I played Madden, the video game, right? I was at a buddy's house. It was his console, his game, and he was showing me how to play it, football and this thing. And I was getting smoked. I mean, he was just crushing me, right? It was terrible. It's not fun. And yet suddenly, I started making some progress. And what I figured out was if I could get the ball and just get it to my fullback, he would just smash forward and I'd make about 5 yards of play. And so smashed in and I made 5 yards. Smashed in, first down. Yes. Smashed in, 5 yards. Smashed in, first down. Come on. And I was like, dude, I'm finally doing this. And so I'm making some progress and then suddenly the game stops. And I look at him and I'm like, what's wrong with the game, man? And he looked back at me and he's like, you are an idiot. I was like, excuse me? I don't think so. And he was like, dude, it stopped because the game's over. He said it was the fourth quarter with like a minute left. You should have been throwing Hail Marys into the end zone, and instead you're doing these dumb little 5-yard run plays up the middle. What's the matter with you? And I was like, one thing, careful with the name calling, okay? And number two is I didn't know the amount of time on the clock. And he said, that's what makes you an idiot. Because the amount of time on the clock should affect how you play the game. And the reality is the time is short. The world's on fire. There's a lot of pain out there. And we have a solution. We have a God who wants to change the lives of hurting people all around us. And so we should care much more about the status of their soul before God than their relationship status with us. And the truth is that God has ordained a season of singleness for every single one of us. Why? Because he says in Colossians, all things are made by him and for him. We are made for God. Augustine said, we are restless until we find rest in thee, that our souls are meant to rest in him. That's where we're meant to live. And the reality is many of us feel that struggle, but we don't realize, hey, this is where we need to live our lives, secure in him. And so God in his mercy gives us the season where we can draw close to him.